What's up, party people? We got Thursday Night Football for week 2 kicking off. We got the Raiders and the Browns. Both of them have gone through playbook changes. The Raiders are now into the Seattle offensive playbook because when we watched Seattle in week 1, they got 27 carries to Kenneth Walker III. So we want to feed Ashton Genty, and you know that Pete Carroll's going to do that in real life. So we're trying to emulate that right here. Also, Raiders are hurting. They got Aiden Connell starting. Going to do what we can do. They're out 7 weeks with Geno. It is what it is. And then the Browns looking to go for 2 in a row. And Shedeur Sanders, early young career. Can he do it? We know last week was more the defense picking off Josh Allen in the second half, and he absolutely threw up everywhere. So this should be a good one. Let's kick off week 2 and have a good time. Thanks for watching.
Everyone's still celebrating the return of regular season football, and we're away in week 2. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. They're led out by a former 4th rounder out of Purdue, Aiden O'Connell.
Nobody came away happy last week, no question about it. Himself, most of all. His team went 0-1, picking up the loss, but he was 0-1. 1 pick, no touchdowns. Not good enough. Defeat not an option this week, and neither is a lack of touchdowns. They intend to rectify both.
And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Back-to-back carries here. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They get 6 and a first down as well.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Dump off caught by his back. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Here you go, play action. It's O'Connell. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Complete here to Bowers. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to the well again. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. That one's out and cut on the right side. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a Vegas first down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
All set up now for 1st and 10. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Situational football. Looking at 1st and goal, these defenses know what's coming at them. More often than not, a run play. It really is better to throw the ball unless you've got a way to disguise the run, and there was no disguising on that one.
Caught near the pylon. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Here's again, straight up the middle. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. They get 1 yard, but nothing more. It's 4th and goal.
Well, the defense, they couldn't stop him for a loss, but they denied him the goal line at least. Now we get to see, right? Decision time, one of these critical decisions of whether or not they're going to go for an all-or-nothing 4th down play.
Less than a yard, all that's needed on 4th and goal. Some movement there before the snap, right side of the line. This is going to back them up.
Ball start, offense.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. So now on 4th down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. A very short kick here from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. And they'll be led out by this promising young signal caller out of the University of Colorado.
Kate, when I watch these rookie quarterbacks running out to open a game, I think of the old World Series great pitcher Cliff Lee. And he made a one-handed play in the World Series and was asked about it afterwards. They said, man, how do you have so much poise? You didn't even look nervous on that stage. And he said, sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. You got to tell yourself you'll be just fine. And these rookie QBs, that's part of the learning curve they're climbing. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
His first throw is an interception. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. He not only broke on it to make the pick, Brock, but he was on the move real quick, knowing short field, there's a great chance that he could take that one back for a touchdown.
That's exactly right. In this area of the field, an offense really only gets a second or two to react to that pick and get over and cut off his lanes, and if you don't, well, it's 6 the other way.
Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders go up 10-0 here in the first. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Returnable from the 2. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Onto the field comes the Browns offense for the second time. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. 2nd and 6 coming up here. So the officials are officially on board tonight. For the first time, a flag flies. Somebody moved early.
Offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. They'll run here following the penalty. And he found some running room for a nice gain. That's a 9-yard pickup, and it gives them a 3rd and 2. Another carry for him. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
The Browns looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes their southpaw, Corey Bojorquez, to handle it. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And it'll be Raider football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Off the play action, O'Connell. This is hauled in by Myers. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Raiders first. New set of downs for him at the 38. On 1st down, they'll run. And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They give it to him again. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a 1st down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
And he's brought down after a nice run and some extra effort. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He sends this one to the end zone. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
You know, a couple of my favorite nicknames, Kate, over the last decade in football. The Legion of Boom, obviously, out in Seattle. But how about the no-fly zone that was cooking in Denver? That right there, that is a no-fly zone. Trying to make the play in the end zone, and a beautiful job by the defender to knock it away.
And they get there to take him down right around the 41. We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. It's a 2-score game early. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. O'Connell here from the gun. That's caught. Here's Zamir White. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. That was Martin Emerson with a stop that time. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 39. Fits it through the middle. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders make it a 16-point ball game. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Carlson adds the extra point. And the Raiders take a 3-possession lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. To return, Jerome Ford. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Browns getting their offense out there. And Brock, these guys are still searching. They are still searching for their first points, but beyond that, they don't even have a first down yet.
Not even one?
No, they're still searching. I know. Blown back gets the handoff. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Jeremy Chin there on the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. The give now out of the shotgun. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Setting up a throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They'll throw it again. He's got it over the middle. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's brought down for a loss. And it's a nickel look by the Raiders. 3rd down coming up. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Ooh, a little movement along the line there. That's going to cost the defense 5 yards.
Encroachment, defense.
So keep that 2nd and short play in your back pocket. So the penalty goes ahead and gives them the first.
Automatic first down.
This drive just keeps on moving. After the penalty, resets that marker. Throwing now on 1st down. Intercepted in the end zone. And the Raiders will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And as much as they like getting that interception, Brock, they are in a tough spot, taking over at the 1-yard line. Here's a give up the middle. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on 3rd. From his own end zone on 3rd and long. That's Thomas. He's got it.
You get to that money down, that third down, you look to your money players, and this tight end is capable of it. Let's give some credit to the defense right there. Did an amazing job not only sticking to him, but bringing him down before he can move the chains.
Picked up at the 38. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. This one returned for 11 yards. And the Browns will go on offense. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They're going play action. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. He's got it deep downfield. And he gets the 1st down before being taken down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns start to fight back with their 1st points of this game. Well, good luck stopping the big fella that close to the goal line, Brock. I've always thought that the distance right there is just made for tight ends to score touchdowns.
Yeah, and it's not just the sport that you also love to cover in basketball. It's all about matchups. You get near the red zone and into the end zone, matchups become critical. And when you got a dude like this that's a mismatch maker, you feed him.
That one right down the middle. And the Browns cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Return starts at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Raiders returning their offense and this running back to the field. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. 1st and 10, here's O'Connell. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Award that tackle to Michael Hall. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. From the gun, O'Connell. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Raiders make it a 16-point ball game. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side defensively they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Carlson now to add one more. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders take a 3-possession lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Here's Ford on the return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Now we see the Browns offense headed out. They got the job done there last time out. Still trailing by a lot, though, so they're going to need a repeat of that touchdown here. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Cleveland. It's the Browns with a 1st and 10. Back to throw now. Finds him over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one complete to Njoku. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Oh no, they get him yet again. He's at midfield. He's at the 30. The 10. And he makes the house call. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Carlson's extra point is good. And the Raiders make it a 24-point ball game. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Here's Ford on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Browns going on offense here very late in the half. And they can try to move this into field goal range, Brock. 55 seconds left in the half. Back to the air, following the pick 6. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. Another try following the sack. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're going to get out there to check on him. Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. Corey Bajorquez on the punt. He broke 50 on his first punt and looks to have done the same here. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. On 1st down, O'Connell. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be...
Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, this is one of those times and moments that even though it's been years and decades, I can still hear the great Mike Holmgren saying to me, after I tried to scramble as a QB that couldn't really run like our guy today, and he would say, "Oh, Brock, bless your heart. Oh, bless your heart." And really what he's saying is, don't ever try that again.
This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. And he's been the victim of 3 interceptions already in this game, Brock. Passing lanes kind of reminding me of LA traffic. Pretty hazardous throughout this game.
Yeah, just a mess and nowhere to go. And it's an awful place both on the highway. And trust me, when you're in the pocket looking at this defense, too, it's miserable. Everything's been contested. Everything's been hard. No gimmies. It's a real testament to the work this secondary has done to prepare for this matchup.
And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. First throw for the backup now. Dumps it off to his running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The Raiders go a nickel on this third down. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
Okay, that's one of those situations where it's just a double whammy. Number one, you can't afford to give up a possession and waste a possession like that. And number two, to do it so quickly. A 3 and out in that situation. And really, listen, if there is a path to a comeback, and that's a big if right now, it's going to take sustained drives, and a 3 and out just devastating on that possession.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. 65 yards on the punt there. And it's going to be their football coming up. The Raiders being brought out by Aiden O'Connell for their next possession. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Running it now out of the gun. And he gets him around 6 there. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. From the gun, here's a handoff. And not much there, but enough to get across the 45. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Handoff to the back. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Ground game stopped again. That leaves them with a 4th and short.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, that sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. That one hits at the 6, but can't check up. It gets into the end zone for a touchback. Cleveland's offense all set to take over. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the 3rd. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's a handoff up the gut. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Jeremy Chin there on the stop. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Handoff now from the gun. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. He landed Roberts coming over for the hit. The Raiders bringing out a couple extra defensive backs for 3rd down. They're in the dime. He's going to throw this one. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. This one misses the tight end. And 4th and 4 coming up. The Browns are lined up to punt. And he's been one of the players of this game. Averaging over 50 yards a kick, and this is another one well hit. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Tackled there by Jerome Baker. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Back-to-back carries here. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Award that tackle to Michael Hall. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? They'll motion him out of the backfield. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. No return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. 9 yards to pick up there, and they only need 3 more now on 3rd down. Throwing from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
And he's out of bounds. Looks like right at the midfield stripe. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Ooh, the hard count worked. Somebody jumped. I think this is going to give them the 1st.
Encroachment, defense.
Well, it's not a long walk to the new spot, but it is a disappointing one to make. Instead of 3rd down, they're now defending 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for him now, following the penalty. Running it after the penalty. And he's tackled for a short gain. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Back to the well again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5. He'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Njoku. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or 2 short for the 1st down.
Throwing now, needing a 1st. Throw is caught by the back. And he's going to be out of bounds a few yards short of the 1st. That's going to be a turnover on downs. And they'll watch him go out a ways from that marker, partner. And that's a turnover on downs.
You know, these 4th down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. They are in great shape here as we wind down this 3rd quarter. They've got a 3-score lead. Another that could put this just too far out of reach. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Raiders 1st. Working out of the gun, it's O'Connell. He's throwing deep to the left. They connect on the deep shot. Touchdown. Ooh, baby, Brock. This one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders continue piling onto this lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Here's Ford on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. The Browns back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. They'll run here on first down. Oh, what a stiff arm. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Let's go.
Right up the gut. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. We've reached the end of the third quarter on this Thursday night. It's the Browns with the ball, but they enter this fourth quarter at a massive deficit. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Dropping back to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Couldn't connect on first, it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Cleveland first down. Now looking to throw. Cut out left. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Still sticking with the passing game. Completed to his running back. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. From the red zone now. Oh, that's a tough one. Couldn't bring in the touchdown clean. It falls incomplete. It's going to be 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Browns putting up points in a game decided. David Njoku, the touchdown. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line, the concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Browns get it back to a full 3 possessions now, 24 points. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Returning it from the 4. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Raiders are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Plowing up the middle. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, second down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still second down.
Offense to the line for second down. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's a Vegas first down. They give it to him again. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over him.
Defense is there, and he's going down. For the moment, we've got a sack. We do, though, have a flag to sort out first before we can lock that in. Well, the negative play makes it even easier to decline that flag. That's going to bring up 4th down. Punt team on, and they'll send this one away. That's taken at the 15. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. Hard to do better than that. A 66-yard punt. And it'll be their football. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 23. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Completed over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing it to cut.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. Defense getting in on the fun, Brock, with that 4th quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick 6.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense, and when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
Carlson now to add one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders grow their lead yet again. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. Back out now comes the Browns offense. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Getting right back to it after that interception. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
What a great opportunity for him. You can almost feel that bounce in his step. Facing a southpaw, and he gets to rush the blind side. Well, anytime he beats that right tackle, just...
He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a third down.
Some squads you just see love to do this, Kate, and I've got so much respect for defensive coordinators who late in the game, instead of playing prevent, well, they step up the aggression meter. Back-to-back sacks puts this offense and this quarterback way off schedule.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this third down is unsuccessful. They'll try and throw it here. He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. Brock, I know you're a big fan of referencing baseball. Well, I believe that was 3 sacks, and they're out. Or in this case, get off the field following that safety.
No, that's a good call right there. You want baseball, Kate? I'll give you baseball. You know what that was? That was the equivalent of an immaculate inning in baseball. 9 strikes, 3 strikeouts, you're out. Back-to-back-to-back sacks. That's immaculate. And I don't think we'll see it again in this game.
Brings it in at the 12. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Blown back gets the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
And he fights his way forward to get this to the 45. It's a 5-yard gain, and that brings up 3rd and 7. O'Connell here from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Raiders nearing their first win of the season. Las Vegas sends out the punt team. And he's been getting all of it every time out. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. The offense getting set to go. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for them. Pass play on 1st and 10. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. He'll throw it. Short pass brought in. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Throwing it again here. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They get 13 on the pickup. And that gives the Browns a 1st. Throwing now from the gun. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Give him 24 on that play. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And if we're honest, Brock, you and I could have been making dinner plans well before this one wrapped. An absolute show of force to win this one by the margin they did. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Raiders winners, as with that, we'll sign off from Cleveland.